What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, y'all? What's good? We back, man, with the 200th episode of the THHC podcast. Congratulations to me. That's what Snoop Dogg said. Congratulations to. Sometimes you got to congratulate yourself. Apples to Oranges, top last 50 best albums with Maine the Medicine. Maine, what's good, man? You back? What's going on, brother? I must have did something right. You came back.
Nah, chilling, man. Happy to be here. It's one of the dopest platforms out there, so I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We are going to premiere another song of yours. It's just a song, so you guys just listen. Check it out, man. It's going to be an upcoming album. He'll explain it later, but let's just listen. How about that? All right? Let's mute ourselves while we listen, if you don't mind. Ready? It's about to play right now. Nope. It's called Same Energy.
In the making. You know what I mean? Right, I'm talking about IMF type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while now. Me and my man, we connect, nigga. We like motherfucking Starsky and Hutch, Spark and the Dutch, nigga. They ain't ready for this shit. Yeah, just me. I thought it was safe. We in here, nigga. Yeah, Weapon X type shit. Yo. To all you sucking niggas perpetrating a fraud, you get smacked with the mic, choked out with the cord. Just because I was bored, I'm Maine, I'm the source. I knock your head off and leave it at your front door. The professor of terror, don't get the picture, we killed the director. When it's silent, I give visions at Hannibal Lecter. I created a thesis performing my lectures. When I rock, I cause more ruckus and help the skelter. For the right price, I melt you. You better duck, I'm down with niggas that don't give a fuck. My philosophy like Chris, I'm trying to be the one. Step into my world, is how I pedal smut. This shit is nasty like a hooker strut. The flow is crazy and the beat is nuts. This is hip-hop, this the shit I love. Don't make me snap my fingers, turn this shit to dust.
It's just all love while you're sleeping with the enemy. Every time I spit the real, you act like you ain't feeling it. Thin line between love and hate, friends and enemies. Just keep it 100 and keep that same energy. If it's all love while you're sleeping with the enemy. Every time I spit the real, you act like you ain't feeling it. Thin line between love and hate, friends and enemies. Just keep it 100 and keep that same energy. The bully medicine back, lethal medicine rap, real talk, no cap. Y'all can feel where I'm at. I move my crew intact. Step out of line, it's a rap. I don't need shooters that clap, only killers that's act. I like my bitch with a rack. Pretty, don't talk back. Play with the kitty cat. Why I count money stacks? It's not a question but fact. Put the weight on my back. You know the game, check the stats. After game, Charles and Shaq. Wild cowboy Dak. Shoot for stars, Zodiac. Pops kept me out the trap. Chasing cheese, you find rats. Peek the scene and fall back to avoid mishaps. For pains, I sip the yak. Too much a nigga gon' black. Roll a dice, but don't black. Name a track, I ain't black. Smart ass get smacked. Plus, cook game is crack. I'm like Brady with Pat. Goat, won't play with these chaps. Choke, hold, tap. Cause the bully on full attack, nigga. If it's all love, why I'm sleeping with the enemy? Every time I spit the real, you act like you ain't feeling it. Thin line between love and hate, friends and enemies. Just keep it 100 and keep that same energy. If it's all love, why I'm sleeping with the enemy? Every time I spit the real, you act like you ain't feeling it. Thin line between love and hate, friends and enemies. Just keep it 100 and keep that same energy.
Stop playing, dog. Stop playing. Yo. All right, man, so you gotta explain that single. I heard there's an album attached to that. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, that was Same Energy. That's off the EP with me and Legion called Lethal Medicine. And that drops on the 18th. So it's about 7 tracks, you know what I mean? So, you know.
I got a question about 7 tracks. I know 7
Fully
tracks is
produced by Legion.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I heard you stop for a minute. But 7 tracks is an album, right? I'm a lot of people, a lot of groups, a lot of artists they've been doing 7-track albums. Is that the way to go now? A lot of people just doing putting out that 7 and so because it's an album. So they don't have to, do a whole 10 to 12.
Well, I mean, technically it's an EP, but
no, it's
so
actually an album.
my man Legion, he been putting out EP.
No, it's an album.
Oh,
7
once
tracks
it hit
more
7,
is
but
an album.
the oh, well, true. But for my standards, I still consider it an EP, because
Coming back from my standards,
my
right?
man
The way we grew up.
Legion was like, yo, man, you be wilding, man. Yeah. Plus, my man Legion was like, yo, you wilding. Like, you be putting out like 20 tracks and all that, you know what I mean? And it's true. I don't think people uh attention span is as long, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it your way. We dropped this EP, you know what I mean? So
No, I
if
like
they
that,
want
man.
more, maybe it'll be a part 2, you know what I mean? So
it's funny because for us, the generation of us, I'm gonna just say that. I mean, gonna give our age away, but you know what I'm saying? Like 7 tracks for us is like an EP because we got longer attention spans. But shout out to the album. The albums are 7 tracks or more. EP is 6 or less. So I like the song. I can't wait for the album to come out. And it's fire, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's fire off the bat, man. When I heard it, I was like, when you sent it to me earlier, I'm like, oh, I'm like, they ripping, dog. They ripping. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of music, man, we gotta get right to it, man. Let's get right to the podcast. Dope single. I can't wait for the album. You and Legion, man. It's gonna be fire, man. And hopefully y'all can come on the show and talk about it. Let's talk about the rewinds real quick. I mean, a lot of albums came out today. I didn't listen to all of them, but I kind of peeped through or skipped through a couple of them just to see where they was going. But a lot of them, pretty much most of them, are rewindable. I'm just gonna, I'm not even gonna do the rewind game today, but I'm just gonna talk about the albums real quick and just just list them off. Number 1's Mini Boom. He's a producer, and it's called Detonate. So he has various rappers on there. So y'all can check that out. And it's, I went to go check it out because Conway was on it, and then a couple other people on it too that I like. So it's pretty good, pretty good. Number 2 is Gustavo and Skip the Kid. Skip the Kid is the producer. I love Skip the Kid. Gustavo's the rapper, and it's called Premier. Number 3 is Guilty Simpson, the rapper, of course, and Kong the Artisan is the producer, and it's called Giants of the Fall. Number 4 is I think No Worries, Anderson .Paak, and Knowledge. Knowledge is the producer. It's called Why Lord. I like this one. I was listening to this one good today. Number 5 is I Am God, and Clipto. Clipto's the producer, and I Am God's from Chicago. Chicago never forgot how to rap, Bloodstained Suede 2.5 is the album. I love I Am God. He's a great rapper, and Clipto, I've been following his career for a while too. Great producer. And Bloodstained Suede's a series. This is kind of like part 3, but it's 2.5. So shout out to I Am God for doing some work over there, and just putting some great quality products together with bars. Number 6 is Jason Martin and DJ Quick. I never heard of Jason Martin, but I know DJ Quick, and it's called Chupacabra. This is a good album. This dude's from Compton. Number 7 is Ty Ferris. It's called Enigma with an Attitude. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like NWA a little bit. And number 8 is Thought Provoker. We'll be right back after these messages. Have you heard of any of these artists real quick, or any of these producers before we move on?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I know the legend DJ Quick, you know what I mean? For what he brought to the game and stuff like that. And then also, I'm familiar with Guilty Simpson because I remember one of the projects I had years ago was Guilty Simpson, Sean Price, and Black Milk.
Oh yeah, okay.
They had a project together years ago. The three of them.
Yep.
They came out on Duck Down. That other one, Mini Boom. I saw that a couple of days ago. I think Dave East is on there.
Yeah,
Nims is on
Davies.
there. You know what I mean? So
Yep. Yep.
I definitely want to check that out. You know.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm just gonna give them all the rewind. I want y'all to go check those out because I didn't really have too many problems with any of these albums. So just y'all go check those albums out, man, and support, man. Some of them on Bandcamp, so go on Bandcamp. The breaking news, of course, we're gonna switch topics. Is fact checking news, man. We like to shout out the birthdays, not just the birthdays of the people, but the birthdays of the albums, man. We got happy birthday to Boy George, Freddie Gibbs, Marla Gibbs, not related. Then my mother's birthday should be 71 years old tomorrow. So happy birthday, mama. Should be, so tomorrow I'm saying happy birthday now.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to everybody, and that's having a birthday today or tomorrow, since I'm celebrating tomorrow, my mother's birthday. But for the birthday album.
Salute.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Birthday albums, we got Madonna's album, Madam X, is only 5 years old. We got Cher, Heart of Stone, only 35 years old. We got Shaka Khan. You gotta say that all the time like that. Destiny that's 38 years old. And we got Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead, 54 years old. God damn. So they all get the rewind. Yeah, man. So we gotta get right into the episode, man. So last time we did this episode, y'all, I just want you just to refresh y'all memory. Go check out. I have it linked at the end. The 50 a piece. So it looks like we did 100. We did do 100. So we did 50 a piece, but now we're doing 50 a piece again. So we're gonna complete our 100 list. So it's basically doing 200 albums. So you guys gotta go check out these albums. Hopefully y'all haven't heard or seen some of these albums, and and maybe y'all can let us know what y'all like and what from our catalog. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about the first episode? Did you watch it in full? How did we do, man?
I think we did pretty good. I know you. I know I had a couple of guest appearances and stuff. You know what I mean? And
that's fair. That's love.
It was at time a little staticky. How's it today?
Oh, it's great. It's great today, man. It's really good today. I don't know what my park. Oh, that's why I don't got my thing on. I'm like, why my podcast ain't working? Okay, because I like to record this on audio too, so you guys can listen to it on audio, but it's on a different platform called Harmony. Podcast must get dissed. All right, so I'm gonna listen to it on that as well. So let's start it up, man. This is the THHC podcast episode 200. Happy birthday to me. 200 episodes. That's crazy. Apples to Oranges, top last 50 best albums with Name the Medicine. We're gonna start off with your list, and we're gonna briefly talk about all these great albums that we love.
Well, first off, shout out to you for having this be what'd you say, your 200 episode, right?
200 episode, yeah, man. I didn't know I was gonna be doing it this long.
That's amazing, brother.
I love it, man. I love doing it, and I get supporters like yourself, not just as artists, but you support me as well in other genres or whatever we do, doing this stuff like, what I'm saying. So, but let's get into it, man. Yeah, man, we're gonna break it down. First, we're gonna break it down like we did last time. This albums we had in common, right? And so we're gonna talk about those albums first, and then we'll stop breaking it up with other albums that we had separately, right? The number 51 for both of us, kind of like, I won't say number 51, but like basically the ones that we have in common was Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. I think you had that on your last list, but I had it on this list. So did you have that on your last list, I believe? Jermaine?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I believe so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think the first two I believe maybe you had on your list. So, but I love Marvin Gaye. Who don't love Marvin Gaye? Classic. You know, him, you know, tragically passing was unfortunate, you know. 52 was Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP. I believe Jermaine had this on his project as well in his first 50. I have this on my last 50. And then 53 is when we start going, I think, in common again, I believe. Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. Was that on your second list or was that on your last list? I can't remember.
It was on my last list, I think.
Okay, that was on your last list too. Okay, we got. I catch up eventually.
Yeah.
Number 54 was Noriega Nore. I think we both like that one too. Was that on your last list? You know, or this list?
Yeah.
Last list. Scarface. Scarface, the Diary. I think that was.
Yeah.
Was that on your
that
last list?
That was on my last list. Yeah.
Okay. So and then we got Mary J. Blige, My Life. So all these albums I'm quoting out on my newer list. You know, not mean I say newer list, my last 50. You know, from my 51 to my 100. So I'm just gonna yell those out. Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down. That was another one that I loved that you loved as well. And then 59 was BDP, Criminal Minded. So I think those are the ones we had in common, guys. So y'all go check those out. These are common albums that people all believe are classic. Everyone goes, and whenever you think about classic albums, you look at least those 9 albums, and you're gonna hear a lot of people mention these. And then go back to our other episode, you're gonna find a lot that you love as well that you recognize and stuff like that. But let's get into it, man. We're gonna start off with your list. Your list was Ice Cube. Number 60 was Ice Cube, Lethal Injection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, like everybody know, old Cube was nasty, especially when he went solo. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And with that, the production and stuff is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the Black Album. That's when this is prior to him, leaving. I mean, after he left NWA, and this is probably was this his first full length album, or second after he left? I'm trying to think. Maybe it was his second or third solo album, right? Or no?
I think it was the third. I think that this is the one with DOS Effects on it.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. This is the one.
Chickity check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. Yeah.
Let's talk about your number 61, Onyx. Back the up, man. I love this album too, man. Talk about Onyx, man. Their impact on you.
Oh. Well, plus me being from Queens, that was huge. Like, what made Onyx crazy is because it was like, Def Jam already had a name, and it was like all these hits, and all of a sudden they went grimy. Like, you just see these bald head dudes with their guns, take them out. And you see Big Russell Simmons in the video, and that where they shot that was literally like maybe like 20 minutes from me. Like, if you from Queens, you know about the Dollar Van, and to get to Jamaica Avenue, the van would take that route. So you would pass by that house where they shot that all the time, So.
Oh wow.
It was pretty dope.
That's fly, man. I like that. I like that story.
And they made everybody get bald heads. I went and cut my head.
Did you get a bald head? Did you go bald?
Yeah, I did. It wasn't pretty though. It wasn't pretty. People don't realize it's a big difference between a light Caesar and a bald head. Like,
the bald head,
it may not look like it, but it is.
See, my shit's like light. It's not bald yet, but I mean, you know what I mean. It's not a haircut. Just all. It's the one, right? They call it the title or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, but I get it. Yeah, I didn't shave my head, but I respected that scene. I had a lot of hair. I was like, I ain't cut my hair. Let's talk about 62, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, man. Mecca and his Soul Brother. That's just 62nd. Yep, pick. Did you hear me? Oh,
just one of the dopest groups. Yeah, just one of the dopest groups to come out. Like, I mean, at that time, Pete Rock was killing it with the production, and CL was like so smooth with it lyrically. You know what I mean? And then like, e- even the joints he did about the ladies was like so dope. You know what I mean? With Pete Rock's production. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's unfortunate they had a falling out because I would love to have heard more more albums for them. You know what I mean? But I heard they talking again, so maybe we'll get another one. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Maybe this Common and Pete Rock album will get CL Smooth hype. You know what I mean?
oh, you're right. You're right. Because a lot of old school people are coming out. LL just put out a single. He's gonna drop an album. So, like you said, Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Yeah.
That's gonna, of course, Nas and Premier and all them other people like that. So, Nas gotta woke a lot of people up. Let's just put it
Yeah.
that way. Let's talk about 63. You got Maxwell. We're gonna get into some smooth joint. Maxwell now. I ain't gonna lie, man. I should have had this on my joint, but this is a talk about Maxwell, man.
I just think Maxwell's style and that the voice is so different. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like that's around that same era, like D'Angelo and all of them come out. And you need that, you know what I mean? I remember I was with Shorty back then. You know what I mean? And you gotta vibe with those. That's you know what I mean. That's what get it going quick. You know what I mean?
You need the mix. Did you do the mixtapes? You do the mixtapes, man? Yeah.
Definitely. You know what I mean?
You had to do the mixtapes, dog. Yo, if you didn't do the mixtapes, I don't know what you was doing, man. You got to do the mixtapes, man. Your next one is this probably was on the mixtape too. D'Angelo Voodoo, man. I don't know if it's the same timeline, but whatever depends on the mixtape you did. Talk about that one.
So I like his first album, but it was like that same girl I was with. She loved D'Angelo, like, and it was like I bought her both of them albums, but it's like with Voodoo, she played it all the time, and you know how you like, I don't want to hear this shit, but the next thing you know, you hear yourself like singing to it. Yeah. Then he made all of us have to want to go. He made us all want to go to the gym when he put out that video. How does it feel? And it was like, come on, man, you showing off abs and
He killed us, man. He killed us. Everybody's doing sit-ups and push-ups as soon as that video came out, man.
Yo, you real quick, you remember when Hits from the Streets did his version of it?
Yeah. I do remember that. A lot of people was doing it. A lot of comedians too. So I do remember that one. Hits from the Streets. I remember that dude. That's funny. The skinny dude. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny that you remember that. Speaking of going into like more soulful music, George Michael, Faith. This is another great album. I love George Michael. Talk about George Michael, man.
So growing up, like our era, it was hip hop, but we also was into like a lot of the pop stuff playing. So being younger, I was fans of like the Wham and all that stuff. So now when he finally came with this album and he was solo, it was like, yo, he was killing it. Like every single he was dropping, it was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, my mom was playing it, and you know what I mean? It was,
Nah, I
remember back in the days, the boys. Yeah, I remember the boys came out with their video, and they imitated that video.
Oh, the boys,
the one I gotta have faith. Yeah.
I gotta have, yeah. I forgot. Oh shoot, you kept bringing back memories, dog.
Yeah,
I remember that. Okay, yeah, this is what I like doing. This bad stuff. You got me reminiscing, man, in the past, dog.
Yeah.
Number 66 for you is Nas. It was written. Talk about Nas and how much you can talk about. We could talk about Nas the whole show, but just talk about him briefly, man.
We could do a 2 hours just on Nas.
2 hour show.
So for me, for Nas, like, after Illmatic, like back in the days, there's a lot of dudes that came out nice, great first album, and then you ain't heard from them in a minute. You know what I mean? So, plus when the first album's highly, critically acclaimed, it's hard to like keep up with that. But like when it was written came out, yep, and then off the success of the Fugees album, he linked up with Lauren to do If I Rule the World. You know what I mean? Like that was a classic. So and then after that, like that the album was just dope. Like you know what I'm saying with the forming of the firm on that album. It was just a dope album. And then him having some production from Dr. Dre on there. It was big. It was major.
Nas is coming. Nas is coming. Yeah. I can just say this.
And of course I Gave You Power. Oh my God, one of the greatest records. Like
Come on, man. Come on, son. Let's go to the next one because we'll be all I'm telling you. 67 AZ, Do or Die. Another rapper. A lot of people don't give him that much credit because I guess he's affiliated with Nas. They just don't want to I don't know what's going on. But AZ, solid rapper. Do or Die. Talk about that one.
Oh man, well, Do or Die was dope. Like it was a lot of pressure on AZ being the only feature on arguably considered the greatest album in hip hop. You know what I mean? So like ain't too many people getting deals off of one verse, you know what I mean? So and AZ did that, but that album was dope too. He came with Sugar Hill, and shout out to Miss Jones, she's a friend of the family and stuff, you know what I mean? So
I thought that was wait a minute, Q-Tip had a feature. Q-Tip had a feature on Drink Away the Pain.
Yeah, but all he did was One Love.
No.
You know what I mean?
Drink Away the Pain. Who did? Yeah, he was on Drink Away the Pain. He did, but he
no Drink Away the Pain. Drink Away the Pain is Mobb Deep song on the Infamous.
What am I thinking? Oh Lord, I'm going crazy. My mind's all over the place. What am I thinking about? Because I'm mixing it up. Yep.
AZ is the only verse like somebody rapping on Illmatic.
Right. I'm going crazy.
Yeah, but his album is dope. He had Ho Happy Jackie. He had Just Give Me. Why don't you give me the world? Like, he had joints like Do or Die was definitely a classic.
Yeah, if I had to say any album for AZ, Do or Die was probably the closest that I believe was a classic. So yeah, you picked the dope. You know what I'm saying? Now your 68 is something I'm on the fence with, and I'll tell you my opinion later. But Bone Thugs and Harmony, how you pronounce E199 or how did they Eternal? Talk about that one.
I just call it E Eternal. You know what I mean?
Talk about Bones, man, and why do people really love them, man? Give me your reason behind it, because I still can't find a fascination why they liked. I'm just being honest. They had a couple of records. I'm not saying they didn't.
I mean, they brought a whole new style to the genre. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'll be honest with you, like, so that album was like the first one. Like, I really listened. Like, I got into them when they first dropped their first album. With Douglas Ruggers Bone and all that stuff. But like, when they came with that oh my God, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Like Crossroads, like that.
Crossroads.
That hit first of the month, and Crossroads hit so different. You know what I mean?
Those songs,
and then
I can't.
And I'm biased because my favorite has always been Busy Bone. Like Busy Bone to me was the best one to really carry that style, the rap, and then with the, like he got that little soulful voice, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like they style was hitting. Like there's not too many people that can copy that, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, 100%. No, listen. I mean, Bones. I don't think they. I like their albums. They kind of you kind of made me think about another group that brought style and charisma and different styles to the which I'm kind of pissed off that I didn't think about for the top 100 is Peachy Suede and what am I thinking?
Camp Low.
Camp Low. Camp Low's first album is incredible. They brought and I was listening to it the other day, and I didn't find a bad record on it, and I was like, damn, I should have had this on my list.
You didn't put that on your list? Because I swore we talked about them though.
Did you or I put it on did I put it on my list? Or you put it on your list? Did we talk about Camp Low?
Well, I swear one of us did, because we I remember we spoke about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I did put it on my list.
Yeah, but I remember talking about them.
I gotta go back and watch the show.
Yeah, trust me. After that I told you there's a couple that I thought of that I couldn't believe I forgot to put on it. Yeah. But it's like, what can you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about the albums that hit you. You know what I mean? So
it's too many. But you got the next one is Erykah Badu. Was it Mama's Gun? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. So her first one was dope, and that's another artist that I got into back then. I remember my ex, she was like, "Oh, you heard that new Erykah Badu?" And that was the album she had. Which is funny because I tease my wife now, with that. You know what I mean? Because we got a little age gap between us. I'm like 9 years older than her, so she grew up listening to a lot of dancehall and stuff like that. In her household, but with Erykah Badu, because she always carried this big bag, and I'd be like, I'd be singing that song like "Bag Lady," you know what I mean? You're gonna miss your bus, because she always got everything in that bag. But but with Erykah Badu, her sound was so so a lot of these people I ran to get the second album because you sort of slept on the first one. You knew oh wow, this is different, but it's it took you a minute to grab that first one. So then when the second one came out, you was all on it. You know what I mean? And she's another one, very creative. I love her voice. You know what I'm saying? So
And your 70th pick is Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. Another one I'm probably forgot to put it on the list. Because I told you I was listening to a lot of their stuff, and I was kind of trying to see which album I would put on there. And for some reason, a couple of records on a lot of their albums wasn't hitting, and I just kind of went on to the next artist trying to make my list. But Tribe, I remember this album. It's fire. Talk about Tribe Called Quest and Midnight Marauders.
Well, I got to go back to a story that I know I told in the last one, because remember I told you this album and 36 Chambers dropped on the same day.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the store, and I got Midnight Marauders, but I told you I stole Wu-Tang out of somebody's cart. You know what I mean? Because they had it in their cart, and I didn't see no more on the wall. And it was I'm sure this lady was buying it for her son, and I saw it, and I was like, oh nah, I got to take that.
I stole it from the chick. I love it, dog.
And she ended up behind me on the line too. You know what I mean? So she was like, oh yeah, I got that for my son, and in my head I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yo, yo, that's messed up, dog. Yo, that's messed up. All right, let's go move on. I'm gonna do my 60 to 70, and then we'll go to your 70 to. So my 60 to 70. It starts off with Stove God Cooks. If you guys are not familiar with him, he's down with Griselda presently, and it's called Reasonable Drought. Now, he was bold to use that title because Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z's a classic. So a lot of people was like, yo. But if you really listen to Stove God Cooks in this album, this is actually his only album, his first album, and his only album, his legit album. There's other weird albums online saying that it's an album, but it's not. This is a legit album, first debut album. Reasonable Drought, it is a classic to me. I really love the cinematic effect, the verbiage, and it was produced by what's his name? Lord. What's his boy's name? Why am I drawing a blank? I'm gonna go back to it. It was damn drawing a blank about who was produced by. Who's the slick dude, man? Older dude back in the day that still raps. Man, kind of started
Cool Large Pro.
Huh?
Cool Large Pro.
No, who produces and raps that's real smooth and talks all smooth like. He's an older dude back in the day, and he still raps real smooth. Why am I drawing a blank?
There's a lot of them.
You don't know who produced this album? Have you listened to this album?
No, I know him. He's nice. I just hadn't listened to the album yet. My man Baker always.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on.
My man Baker always talks about him.
I'm gonna remember it in a minute. I don't know why I'm blanking out, but I'll remember in a second and go back to it. I know people are gonna kill me. But number 61 was Royce the 5'9", The Allegory. The Allegory. I really enjoyed this album. It's really long, but I really enjoyed every track on it. And I think, you know, all the messages I really enjoyed. All the stuff that he was trying to get out there and tell the world. So shout out to Royce on that album. It was really good. And he did a lot of the beats too. So number 62, Above the Law, Living Like Hustlers. Like I talked about this on the last show. Above the Law, Living Like Hustlers, a great group. And Dr. Dre stole a lot of music, a lot of style from Above the Law. And albums like Living Like Hustlers. That's all I gotta say. But I'm not gonna go there. But this album right here, fire. And Above the Law was supposed to sign Snoop before Dre. So that's just a little tidbit. Number 63 is MC Lyte, Act Like You Know. I love this album. I love MC Lyte. You got that gravelly voice and stuff like that. And MC Lyte, can't do no wrong. She's actually back on the scene and she's in the studio. She's putting out music. She got her first single out called Woman. And y'all go check out MC Lyte, support her. 64 is a R&B singer named Giveon. You got to get into Giveon, especially this album, Give or Take. Solid albums. You married, man, play that album. Play this album tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to tell you. You know what I'm saying, brother? But 64, Giveon, Give or Take, man. Y'all go check out that nice piece of work. Great singer, man. You're gonna love this dude. We talked about Mobb Deep earlier. 65, Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth, man. Hell on Earth, their second album. I call it the Red Album. It's not the Red Tape, it's just the Red Album. The Red Tape, there's tapes back then. And Hell on Earth, man. This was the second or third album? Third album, right? Third album.
Third album, yep.
Yeah, fire.
They don't,
you know, but third.
they don't get enough credit because they was the first ones to go right back at Pac. You know what I'm saying? When Pac was wilding out, like they didn't play, they went right back at him. You know what I mean? I had the whole New York State aiming at your face.
I just remember who produced on Stove God, who produced that whole album. Rock Marciano.
Oh, word! All right,
produced that whole album.
So that mean they had no drums?
No drums. It's fire though. It's fire.
Yeah, I just be hearing dudes complaining like, yo, I can't I can't rock on the beat with no drums. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, if it works, it works. You know.
Oh yeah, if it works, it works. What the hell, man? Why, like people, man, people are insane, man. I don't know what's wrong with people, man. For real, what's wrong with people, man? Music's good when you just listen to it. Why you listen for the bump? You know what I mean? Like all hip hop is not drums. I think a lot of people just cater to the boom bap. And come on, hip hop is not boom bap. It's just not just boom bap. It is boom bap. It's not just boom bap. Yeah. Let's talk about my 66 pick. It's Top Authority. Blaze it up, there's something to blaze to, man. If you haven't heard of this group, man, from the West Coast, Top Authority, you're doing yourself a disservice, man. And man, they fire, man. That's all I gotta say, man. I love Top Authority, and I can't get enough of them, man. Have you ever heard of Top Authority? Just real quick.
Yeah, vaguely. You know, I know I remember the name, but I don't think I dived into any of this stuff. You know.
this album is really bloody type of crazy like gangster shit. You got to have your mind right for it, but it's to me it's entertainment, and you know back then I was kind of in that stage, but it's a really tough album to listen to, but it's really good if you really listen to it. Good music.
Yeah.
Number 67, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. A lot of people say that's a classic, and you know I do too. Number 68 is Lloyd Banks, The Hunger for More. I really appreciate that album. Lloyd Banks is one of my favorite rappers, you know, to this day, and you know, this point blank, you know what I'm saying? And I still rock with him. And shout out to Lloyd Banks' new movement. He's kind of like Nas. He got a new movement too, with new albums and stuff like that.
He just don't put out enough videos with his new stuff.
Yeah, he don't put out no video. He don't put out no. Yeah, I know. Maybe just, I don't know, man. He got a plan. I don't know what he's doing, but he got like 3 or 4 good albums. That's crazy. Brand new ones. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about my 69th pick. Is just Kanye West. Graduation. Kanye West, he went on at least a 3-4 album run back in the day. And of course, he went in and out and was on the scale back and forth with different albums later. But Graduation, you can't deny that. And number 70 was De La Soul. Stakes is high. De La Soul, one of my favorite groups, period. EPMD and De La Soul, probably neck and neck. I used to go crazy for both of them. Well, first EPMD first, of course, it came out first, but when De La Soul came, I'm like, who are these dudes? Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think they made I don't think they made a bad album.
Nah.
De La Soul never made a bad album. I'm gonna say it on record. I mean, they're not all classic, but I'm just saying they haven't made a bad album.
Even they the last one was dope, you know, but the one remember the one before that, the grind date was dope too.
The grind date.
And that joint they had the video for shopping bags they weigh down your arm. That was one joint.
That's a lot of people sleeping on the grind date, and they own that album. I remember when people were talking about don't listen to De La Soul, they were saying don't listen to De La Soul when they were trying to get their rights back. I kept listening to the grind date because they own that one at the time.
Yeah, that one and another one, the Anonymous Nobody.
Oh, that one's good too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, never made a bad album. So,
yeah, that joint they had with Estelle was dope too.
Yo, stop playing, man. Let's talk about your 71th pick. What's the rhymes when disaster strikes? Talk about it, brother.
Oh man, so like we all waited for Busta, and when he dropped "You're Coming," it was like, yo. But then like he took it to a whole nother level with Disaster Strikes. Like that was that was when the videos was insane. You know what I mean? To match the song, it was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? If you really want to party with me, the shoes, you know what I mean? Like it was just crazy. And that was like right after Big died, and he was like, give it up to my man Notorious. Like it was just,
yep.
Busta could do no wrong. Like right there, like it was crazy. Like
Busta went on another run. Like that too. He went on a run for albums. I
think Busta slept on as like one of the dopest, illest MCs and lyricists. I think because he's so animated. Like but like live like to be still doing it crazy now. He's what, like 52? Like he could still do everything that he did back then. He could do now. Like, you know.
Yeah, he's another rapper, kind of like the Nas's and the Commons, that can still put it out. I'm gonna tell a lot of people. There's a lot of people that still can rap. Nelly, freaking Ludacris. Y'all better beware these older cats. Y'all talk these young cats think we trash. We older. No, dog. These older cats will come out. LL coming out now. He about to crush y'all. That's all I gotta say. In the pink paper bag or whatever you want to call it.
That new LL track is dope. I don't know about those pants, but the new track is dope. I don't know what he's trying to bring back, because that was like who was rocking those back in the days? That was like Speech from like Arrested Development was rocking them shits. Like
Yo, you know, I ain't gonna lie. I saw the video. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, I'm like, whatever. I don't know if they was designer. I ain't know what I was like, whatever. Be rich. Your number 72 is Queen Latifah. All hail the Queen. Shout out to Queen Latifah. Let's talk about Queen Latifah for a little bit, man.
Queen Latifah, like the come out the way she did, like repping the women. You know what I'm saying? Repping us as a black people. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Like, just coming out back then, like where. She was never one that had to show her ass or none of that. You know what I mean? I mean, later on we knew why, but like, you know what I'm saying? But she, back then she didn't, she didn't have to do that. And she was about, messages and stuff. Plus she was dope. She could sing. Like, man, like.
Yo, she was like a problem, man. Problem.
And the fact that.
I was like, what the hell?
Yep. And she held her own. She from the legendary oh my God. You know what I'm
Roots
saying?
Crew. Legendary Roots Crew.
No, not
well, not that one. What you gonna say?
No, she from the oh my God, like I'm having a brain fart.
I did that too earlier. That's what I said. I did that
from Dayline and Tribe, the squad, a native tongue. Native tongue, yeah. I'm bugging.
Don't worry about that, man. Hey, listen, we both, say we probably had a long week.
Yeah.
Man. Shout out to
some ginkgo.
You need something, man. So your next pick was where we at? Moni Love, man. Speak of Queens, Moni Love, Down to Earth. Talk about that album.
Man, like when I was a shorty, like. That's the thing about hip hop back in the days, and that's what white people still do now. When you heard a joint, you ran and got the album. Like you got the single, but when the album came out, you got it. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes it took you a minute to even get through all the album, because once you heard one or two joints you love, you was rewinding them back. Then you're like, damn, let me listen to the rest of the album, But I loved it when she first came at Moni in the middle, and then I found out that her verse was about Big Daddy Kane and Scoop Lover. You know what I mean? Because Big Daddy Kane wanted to mess with her, but she didn't want to mess with him. She wanted to mess with Scoop Lover. That's who she had her eye on. So that whole song was written about something that happened with them on when they was on tour, Queen and yeah. So I mean, I found that out later, but yep.
Oh, I like that, man. That's a good story, man. Shout out to Love, Big Daddy Kane. That he was the man though, so I get why he was pissed probably. Number 74, man, Bob Marley. Is it Exodus? That's how you pronounce it, right? Let's talk about Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Bob Marley, man.
Well, I mean, what can you say is Bob Marley? It's like three. It's like three artists that you can hold up there that everybody love, black, white, no matter who you are, and that to me that's Michael Jackson, Prince, Bob Marley. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, that's kind of
like,
true.
Yeah, you hear like you never hear nothing against them, and you hear people playing their stuff. You know what I mean? Plus, Bob Marley's there, and Bob Marley's the ambassador that spliff them. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying. So, but like everything he put out, like, and then that album, that's the one I chose to like, because I used to listen to the greatest hits, but then I had listened to that album, and then it's dope because watching the movie, I got to see like the mind state he was in when he did some of these albums. You know what I mean? So
movie? You saw the new movie? You saw the new movie?
Yeah, I saw the new one.
Oh, was it? It was good.
It was good. It was good. It's like one of them movies that when it ended, you was like, damn, like I wanted more, but like they can't fit his whole thing in a movie, but they did a good part, like what I mean, and it showed like it reminded me of my dad because he hurt his foot in a soccer game, and later on that foot ended up being a problem, you know what I mean, and he had to get it like part of it amputated and shit, like so that was like the spiral to his health going down, you know what I mean? So
sorry to hear that though, but you gotta move on. I know that's great. Oh damn. But number 75, Stevie Wonder probably give your father some love on Hotter Than July. Talk about that album, man. Stevie Wonder is one of my favorite artists. Yeah, man. Stevie Wonder.
And you know what? Like listening to Stevie, once again, you listen to all these greatest hits and you listen to all these songs, and then when you try to go to the albums, you like, oh man, this one got a lot of my joints on it. You know what I mean? Yep. So then you start listening to that one more. You know what I mean? So that's why I picked that one, and the title's dope because my birthday's in July, so you know what I mean. That makes it even dope. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up. Mine's too. My birthday's July too. Number 76 is Goody Mob, Soul Food, man. Another underrated album. But a lot of people don't talk about it. Goody Mob, fire.
Who's that peeking in my window? Blah, like that. Number one, to be a crew in the Dungeon family, and you got to come out after Outkast. You know what I mean? So it's like you know, like, and they came out and they had their own shit. You know what I mean? And it's like they all used to rip it, and then I love CeeLo's voice. You know what I mean? Between the singing and the rapping, you know what I mean? So like they killed that first album was crazy, and it's like it's not but so many down south people that grab me, like everybody got songs you can rock with, but when certain groups grab you and you run and get their album, you know what I mean, like, so
100%, man. Like Soul Food was a good album. I have to probably go back to it and see if it rings as a classic to me, but I remember it being a great album. That's all I remember. But I just don't remember going back to it every year. But I just remember it being I would go back to it, but not like every year like my other albums. 77, Cool G Rap, another favorite of mine is Wanted Dead or Alive. Talk about that album, man.
All I gotta say is one of the craziest songs on there is Talk Like Sex. Oh my God.
Everybody fuck talk about that.
Fuck bitches with titties as big as Dolly Parton, you know what I mean? So yeah, like G Rap was I don't know, you know what I mean? Like
he's still a problem. He's still rapping, so give it up to G Rap. Still rapping.
They hear those albums, like that's why I was blessed to grow up with older cousins. You know what I mean? Because I get in the car to go somewhere with them and they blasting it. You know what I mean? Because like I was able to buy albums, but some of them had to be under the radar for my mom. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And
hell yeah.
Word, and that was one I would never be able to play out loud.
Nah, you couldn't. But now we could.
That was almost like me playing Davy Crockett back in the days. You know what I mean? From Slick Rich.
Oh yeah. Another foul mouth song. Let's talk about some R&B, man. Boston, we talking about Boston Celtics playing tonight, man. They might close it out. But New Edition, man. New Edition, and the album's called New Edition. Talk about New Edition, man. You love New Edition.
One of the first albums I bought with my own money. Like I was a little kid, but I remember I got money from something, and like every week, like my dad used to take me to, like, we had a store called TSS, like it was like a department store, and they sold records in there too. And that's when I used to buy vinyl as a kid, because that's all we had was a record player. Like it had the tape things, but you bought records back then. You know what I mean? And I remember buying that record. I loved the first album, but that one, it was like that was the first one I bought, and I remember I played that record I played it so it was crazy. Like, my dad would be like, "You playing this again? Like, do you even know what love is?" Like,
I know, right? We were young, so you think we knew, the game, you know what I'm saying?
and we all wanted to be like fly and sing like Ralph. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, trying to get the curls like he had in his head and shit. I don't want to go into it, but I knew these guys, so I ain't gonna get into it. Y'all have to follow me and watch more videos because I talk about New Edition a lot. But your number 79 is Quincy Jones, Back on the Block. This is my joint, Back on the Block. Talk about that, man.
Yeah, this was dope because, like, I remember my mom bought this album because she liked the song Tomorrow with Tevin Campbell. You know what I mean? So she used to play that. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope because it had like so many people on it. You know what I mean? And it was rare to have songs that my mom would albums my mom would buy that I would listen to. I mean, some of them I had no choice. So when you have no choice, you end up learning to like it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's funny. I like that. Your 80th pick that I probably missed it because I think I picked this one too, and for some reason I didn't have it on a common list. But MC Light is a Rock. I think I picked that one too.
No, you picked
I picked something else.
Act like you know.
I'm sorry. No, you picked Light is a Rock. I'm sorry. So talk about
Light is a Rock because when
okay.
So me being younger, it's like you had the Rock Sands and you had all of them, and it was like Queen Latifah was ill too when she came out, but like when MC Light came out, it was like, oh shit, like that she reminded me of somebody I knew around the way. You know what I mean? That kind of was cute and everything, but kind of dressed like dress fly, but kind of dressed like the guys. You know what I mean? She reminded me of that, but with the head. But then when she was her voice, when she was rapping, it was crazy. And Paper Thin, that beat, like sound like word, like So like she, even though like I got Moni and them up there, but like when MC Light came out, she was almost like a female Rakim because she didn't do no smiling like that. You didn't see her giggling. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't even like wiggling her body. She came at you like with dog. You didn't say you love me. It doesn't matter. It goes into my head. It's just shit. Like she coming straight for your jugular.
I'll see the whole record right now, dog. Don't dare me. But that's your what was that? Your 80th? Yeah, that was your 80th pick. So let me go into mine real quick, and then we're gonna switch back to yours. My 71th pick is Ghostface Killah, Supreme Clientele. I had to have two Ghostface albums. I did have Iron Man on my last one, and then Supreme Clientele.
I think that's a double too that you forgot because I picked.
I think you picked that one, yeah, right?
Yeah. So either it didn't come yet, or I know.
That must have been a double. That's one I must have missed because it's funny. I'm doing this list. It's kind of complicated when I'm trying to do your list and my list. I'm trying to do it's weird how I was trying to do it. And
thank God you did it.
But so I did miss one. I knew it was something. I was at the end. My math was not math, and I'm like something ain't right. And it probably was this album right here. Number 72 is Outkast, Aliens. I thought Aliens was a outstanding album from Outkast, and that's not another duplicate. Did you use that one too?
No, I wanted to put it, but I put Jesus. I put the other album that had Sorry Miss Jackson.
Oh yeah,
and Bombs Over Baghdad. Yeah.
You put that, yeah.
Don't let him come down.
My 73 pick is DJ Quick. We talked about earlier. You got an album out with another individual, and if y'all rewind this joint, y'all can check it out. But DJ Quick with rhythmalism. It's like I call it you got the perm with the pink album. This is a crazy joint. This is when he teamed up with El DeBarge. And him and El DeBarge and he had that, DJ Quick got those rhythms and those instrumentals that you can groove to. He had the quick grooves 1, quick grooves 2, quick grooves 3. You know what I'm saying? So Rhythmalism was like his whole type of R&B type rap album. It was fire. It's fire. I gotta go back and listen to that. My 74th album is Diana Ross. Diana. I love Diana Ross. Grew up with Diana Ross, of course, from my mom's. Listened to albums. Became a fan, and I'm a fan of her daughter now. No comment. But number 75 is Rihanna. Auntie. Great album. Rihanna, just a great artist who takes forever. Oh, your daughter's up.
Come on.
Sorry, though. I'm about to go to daddy. Number 75 is Rihanna, Auntie. And then 76. I don't know if you probably know of this artist. Hey, cutie, remember me? Like, no.
Hi. Say hi.
She just woke up. She woke up. Got bags still in her eye. Hi. Hey, there you go. Daddy's being good. Daddy's a good person on the show. All right, so number 76 is Mickey Diamond and Mallory Knox. It's called Nobody Bleeds Like Flair. Mickey Diamond, he's been on a run since I discovered him 2-3 years ago. He hasn't stopped. I think he puts out an album out every month. I don't even know. I can't catch up sometime, but this album right here really sits with me. Nobody Bleeds Like Flair. Number 76, another rock group that got me back into rock was Oasis. What's the Story? Morning Glory. And this when I used to work at UPS, chilling with a lot of different coaches and a couple white boys and black boys that kind of was into that music, got me into Oasis, and I'm glad they did, because this album was fire. Number 78 is Sade. Love Sade. She's my favorite, probably singer in the world. Love Deluxe was the album. I can pick any album from Sade. I'm a jam to it, but Love Deluxe. I used to have the 45 records, man. Woo, 45 records. That's how old school I am. Let me tell you my age. Number 79 was, this is a newer one, kinda. I mean, I would say, yeah, it's a newer one. You might know these artists, but number 79 is E-Murder and Shots Are Mine. They formed as a group. They're two individual artists, and they got with BSF, and they put something out called Loyalty Makes You Related. Loyalty Makes You Related. This album is fire, man. And Benny the Butcher's King.
Oh, okay. I got to check that out.
And Shots Are Mine, free Shots Are Mine. I don't know if he's still locked up, but I did interview him. So if y'all want to see the interview before he got locked up, I got it on here. He's Conway Machine's real brother.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's dope. Him and E-Murder dope, especially. My number 80th is Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu, man, Baduism. You think I was gonna put a Badu album in there? My mother looks like Badu. Erykah Badu looked like my mother. My mother's 71, so Erykah Badu looked like my mama. So I used to call my mother Erykah Badu when she came out. So happy birthday, Erykah Badu, tomorrow. So let's go back to your list, man.
Still look gorgeous too.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So remember that window seat video?
Oh, when she got.
Yeah, that video gets you in trouble.
Yeah. She took off a couple of clothing items. All right, your number 81 is Salt and Pepper. Very Necessary. Talk about Salt and Pepper, man, and their influence.
Yeah, Salt and Pepper was like, like they was dope because they was pushing boundaries. When they came out, like. You listen to you know what I mean? Like, they did their thing, you know what I mean? So, and it's back when it wasn't, I mean, it was some trios. You had JJ Fad and them, you know what I'm saying? But like Salt and Pepper was they from my first original camp that I loved, and that was the Herbie Love Bug camp, you know what I mean? Which was Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play, Kwame, you know what I mean? Dana Dane, you know what I'm saying?
Call me
That's
the
right.
polka dot king. Oh man, yeah, man. Your next one
I,
is. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, keep going. You kept talking about. Keep it talking. I'm sorry.
um,
I said you was still on them. I'm sorry. I was gonna go to the next one, but you was still on
oh no, I
something.
was just saying I hate what happened with them and Cinderella. That's about it. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. They gotta
Yeah,
patch up. They gotta patch that up. I don't know what's going on,
yeah,
ladies, but they gotta patch it up. I'm hearing it's a money thing. They're not giving her percentages, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm not in the group, so
yeah. But to me, from the outside, Cinderella is just as important because some of her
yeah.
verses outshine theirs. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's all that.
Exactly. Yep.
I can't say nothing. We gotta get
So
into it, man.
and
Let's
she
go
she
ahead,
was
bro.
the baddest one. I like they all look good. Like I used to have a thing for Salt, but
Yeah,
Cinderella was
Cinderella was
man, like you
Cinderella
know what I
fly.
mean? Word.
No, Cinderella fly, man. Come on, man. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? She's one of she probably is the flyest one if you think about it. Let's talk about your number 82nd is Little Kim. Speaking of females, hardcore. Let's talk about that one.
I'm surprised I put this because I was more of a Foxy person, but I can't deny like some of them records that was coming out like I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? And they both was like coming for each other throat a little bit, but they was both
Yep.
shining, you know what I mean? So, I couldn't, I couldn't leave it out, you know what I mean? And then, Big put a lot into that too, you know what I'm saying? But, I give it up to Kim. Plus, Kim was bad too. You know what I mean? I can't say the same now, but back then,
Nah, Kim was
so,
bad. Kim was bad, man. I
yeah.
gotta give it to you. Kim was bad. 83. I gotta listen to this album, man. You got Joni Mitchell called Blue. Talk about Joni Mitchell Blue, because the audience is probably like, who?
So, um, it's a couple of records, but I think it's a record Q-Tip did with oh man, what's that girl's name? What's that girl that used to sing like that jazzy kind of something? And she was young when Q-Tip jumped on her record.
Jazzy
Oh
singer.
man, I
Jazzy
can't.
singer?
Oh my god, huh?
You said like a jazzy singer?
Yeah, she was like that jazz kind of, like that kind of singer, but she was big, but she was kind of young. She was like light skin, real pretty.
I can't remember. I
I
ain't gonna
can't
help
think
you.
of it, but
I ain't gonna
on
lie, I
that
ain't gonna help you.
record,
Talk about that though.
yeah,
Talk about
on that
Joni Mitchell.
record at the end, he was like Joni Mitchell, y'all, you know what I mean? Then I used to hear other stuff, and people would bring up Joni Mitchell, and sometimes I like to challenge myself to step out the box.
Okay.
So
Me too.
the album I always heard about was Blue, so I went and got it, and it's like that album is like it's different, like but her voice is so soothing, like you could sit there and just zone out to it. You know what I mean? And I remember my wife. I was in the car. I was waiting for her, and I'm just zoning out to her. She got in. And she's like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" And I'm like, "This is Joni." I'm like, "This is Joni Mitchell." She's like, "Who?" And then it's funny because we watch This Is Us, and in
Okay,
This
yeah.
Is Us, there was an episode because the mother's favorite singer was Joni Mitchell, and there was an episode where her son took her to Joni Mitchell's house, and she just like wanted to see it, you know what I mean, or something, like it meant something to her. But like I was like, oh, see, now you know Joni Mitchell, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's
Nah,
a dope
I'm
album though.
a peep it. I'm a peep it. That's the one I'm a peep, because that's on that list. I was like, what? Who? Maybe I did. Maybe I probably listened to it and go, oh, that's who it is. But right now it's a
Yeah,
blank to me, and I said, yo, I'm gonna go listen to it live when I get a chance, because you're opening me up to new albums as well.
yeah.
84, Big Daddy Kane, man. Long live the Kane, man. Talk about Big Daddy Kane.
Oh man, like who didn't want to be Kane, like to
Everybody
be
wants to be.
to be this like fly ass dude, got all the girls but could spit like it's like
Oh man.
I don't know. It's like him and L was almost the same but different. Like it's crazy to think of it. You know what I mean? Because L with the good, but like Kane, like L was scared of his head back. You know his egghead back in the days. But like Kane, you wanted to go get the same cuts as Kane, like
Cuts
you
in the
know. I get
eyebrow.
word, and then the jewels, and he was like mad smooth and like serious with the rap. But then he'll jump right in with his dancers and start dancing, like you know what I mean? Yo,
You're like,
son,
yo,
Kane,
what the hell's going on, man?
word. Like lyrically, Kane was a problem. You know what I mean?
Huge problem for rap. And I don't know if he's gonna come back out. Maybe somebody get him back outside. We'll see what happens, man. But he did jump on the MC Light single. He sounded good.
Yeah, and then a couple of months ago, like a month ago, he jumped on IG, and he's like 55 now, and he did like a freestyle, a rap, something like that. He was still killing it, yeah. He's still killing
it. I told you, dog, King, I'm telling you, these people, I can't touch these older rappers. Man, I'm gonna stop, man.
I'm telling you, that's giving me hope because I'll be knocking soon,
No, you all right, man. You still rocking. They better go back and listen to this single that I played earlier. And listen to your music, discography. That's what they got to do on here. But let's talk about 85 Beyonce Lemonade, man. Talk about that album. This is like almost a breakup album, right?
It is because it's like, so I bought it for my wife, but when we would take long travels, she would play it because we got this rule, like whoever drives listen to what they want, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And listening to that album, I'm like, yo, this album, like sometime when you brokenhearted, that's when they make the best shit, like, you know what I mean? So not to say she was already Beyonce, but like Lemonade was the truth because like it brought you into this would look like a perfect marriage, and it's not, like, you know what I mean? And Beyonce is considered like it's like the sexiest woman in the world, and it's like, Jay, you dipped out on B? You crazy? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I still want to know who Becky is, like, you know what I mean?
Becky with the goo here.
Yeah, and then she had to join on there with Drake too. I think he wrote it with her, and he's like really how did that joint go? I just had it too, but he's like singing like the background, like with her. You know what I mean? But it was dope. The album was dope.
I can't remember it, but I haven't listened to the whole album.
She even had like a country kind of song on that album, so that should have let people know back then that she was gonna try to do a country record.
Oh, okay, that's what's up then, man. Give it up to Beyonce. And I don't want no fans on here going crazy. I know. I want them over after me. 86 is Lost Boys, Legal Drug Money. Talk about Lost Boys, man.
Well, the impact Lost Boys had, but like being from Queens, Lost Boys was everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like I went to school with people that was like in the Lost Boys. Like Lost Boys was like how Wu-Tang is, like it's the Wu we know, but overall it's like a bunch of people affiliated with the Wu. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's how Lost Boys was in Queens. So like they all had like they special dap and all that, you know what I mean? But
no, 100%.
But overall, like and it's crazy because,
R.I.P. to who passed away? That was
Freaky Ty, one of the greatest one of the greatest hype man ever. It's him, Flavor Flav, and Spliff Star, like hands down, like, yeah, you know what I mean? So, but and it's crazy because that album in Queens had done got leaked almost a year before that. Niggas had that album, you know what I mean? What? So when it came out, everybody had kind of heard all these songs. Like they might have added a few more, like the Yearn that was produced by Pete Rock, you know what I mean? The Chiba, the Liquor, the Condoms, that, you know what I mean? So, but the impact that album still had. I I think it went like platinum, maybe close to double platinum. But like they dropped 5 singles from that album. You know, an album got to be fire if you dropping 5 singles.
Yeah, it's fire. Yeah. 5 singles, a lot of
And
singles,
then,
man.
and then the style. Nobody has that style no more. Like Cheeks got his own. Like Cheeks wasn't no super lyricist or nothing, but he got busy. But the way him and Freaky Ty did it with the ad libs and all that, like, you know what I mean?
In harmony.
Represent in the gutter. Freaky Ty getting high. That's what like they put songs together, great special dance songs, is, you know, that you could rock to, and it's like, you know, I never got flashy. Always kept the New Balance on, the Carhartt. You know, that was like the code right there. That was, you know what I mean? So,
nah, they stayed true to the streets, man. Let's talk about number 87, another group that's kept it to the streets. Black Moon, Into the Stage. Talk about them.
Ooh.
The stage.
So, for a minute, Buckshot name was getting thrown around too, like, you know what I mean? Because Buck was nasty, like, so, you know, I put Into the Stage, cause that album, I love that album. The album was raw. They was just spitting, you know what I mean? And then, you know, he kind of transitioned into the like almost like Biggie, almost into that slower kind of flow, you know what I mean? But Into the Stage, and a lot of people don't know. I think it's either Act Like You Want It or Stomp 'Em Out. Havoc and Prodigy, I think, is on that joint back then. They had a crew joint called Stomp 'Em Out, Kid, Stomp 'Em Out, and Havoc and P is on there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. You mean it's on the Into the Stage album?
Yeah.
I gotta go back and peep. I ain't gonna lie.
Go back. This where looking at the credits and stuff show you. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna peep it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about 88, man. Jodeci, you got the show. Was it the after party and the hotel, man? Talk about that lead making music. Jodeci.
Man.
Joe.
They the first ones to introduce R&B thugs. those is R&B gangsters right there. Like number one, to have a group like two sets of brothers, right? Like you know, they could out sing anybody, and then the Devontae production.
Yep.
Mr. Dalvin was like eye candy for the girls, but they was tearing them up though. You know what I mean? And just they just made the right songs. Like
yeah, they did.
They'll make something got you moving like that. Then they'll make like some ill ballad. But when you see them, they pants is hanging down. They got Tim's on. They got the hat. Words, son. It was like
cricket, bandana, all type of stuff. Like,
yep. They definitely, you know. And that album was dope because that's when they had like those big hits like I think Cry Fuse on there, and then they had I can't think of them all offhand, but
a song called Mama. Oh no, that was Boys the Men. I'm sorry. Who did Mama? Was Boys the Men or
that's Boys the Men.
Oh, that's Boys the Men.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
but they had joints, man.
Yeah, they had some joints. I ain't gonna lie. I like Jodeci, man. Your number
a lot of people don't know. Like, I mean, a lot of them know, but like Mary and Jodeci both got their starts off on Father MC records.
Oh yeah, I do. I remember that.
Father MC, remember they were singing "Treat Them Like They Want," and then Mary was on the other record he had. Oh man, I just heard it the other day.
I know Jodeci did. I didn't know Mary did though.
Yeah, Mary's in the video. What was his second track off of that album?
I can't remember. I ain't gonna.
Oh my God,
Don't make us think, man. Come on, man. Don't make us think, man. Come on, man. Man, chill out.
Damn,
Man.
I got to get back to you, but I just saw the video the other day. She's like one of the backgrounds.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's one of the background singers, and her hair is short, but they showcase her, you know.
Oh, I didn't know that, but that's a good you know what I'm saying? That's good information for, you know what I'm saying, everybody, man. That's a fact checker news statement right there. Thanks for that. Your number 89th was Soul for Real. Speaking of more R&B, Soul for Real, Candy Rain, man. Talk about them young men at the time.
Yo, so like I struggled between putting their first album and their second album. Because they first album, you know, was big and well known, and they had some great ballads. They had some well written songs, like, you know, like, I mean, I know they put out hits and stuff, but like they had some great songs. Like that's the R&B album I could listen all the way through. Then their second album, this is just a shout out to it because I struggled which one to put. But the second album, I don't know if the single didn't do that well, and I don't know what was happening. They only did one video, but that whole album you could listen through, and they matured so much with their voice and the singing. And like I said, I don't know. I know Monifa was on a lot of the background stuff, so she probably helped write some of it. And they have like a duet with her too. But those two albums, those first two albums from them, classic, and I think very slept on. You know what I mean? I know they known for Every Little Thing I Do and Candy Rain, but like when you listen to them albums was amazing. You know,
I gotta go back and listen to them. I think at the time they were young men, like boys, like, you know, like the Boys and stuff like that. So I wasn't really taking a lot of those groups serious. I would listen to some of their hits. And then I wasn't like album listening to those boys at the time. And,
like you saying, I love the Boys too, which I messed up because I would have put one of they joints too. But I get what you're saying, because when you went to listen to the album, but remember when the Boys and them came out, we was boys too, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
so,
I'm just gonna, and I don't want to tell on myself, but I was in the streets. I was a grown man. I was a boy, but I was a grown man.
And they
listen to a lot of little boy shit. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, well, they you know, and
the girls will play them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I gotta go back and listen to the albums. I do.
Yeah, like they don't have none of them little childish skits that a lot of the other groups that was young had. Nah,
like
they was just singing.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Nah, they was singing singing panties off.
Oh yeah, they okay.
What's that?
Crisscross and you know, ABC groups like that, they kind of messed it up for a lot of groups. Oh, messed it up for me because when a lot of them groups came out, I'm like, another boy group, you know, and I would listen to. I knew about them was because girls around me would play them. But let's go to your number. Where we at? Where we at? 89. Where you at? Where we at? Oh, number 90 is Bahama.
No, we had 90. Yeah.
Yeah, Bahama Medea, Collage. Talk about Collage.
Man, Bahama Medea.
I just reviewed this album too.
Yeah, she was. Yo, her style. She was so smooth with it, but like. She was a lyrical assassin, like
smooth. She was jazz.
And then she was affiliated with the Roots crew. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I remember I bought that album and I was like, yo, she crazy. She had that record 3 the Hard Way. You know what I mean? Like she held her. She's one of them that I would say Rhapsody is like this version now of Bahama Medea, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. And I just reviewed Bahama Medea Collage recently. Y'all can go check out the interview. I mean, not the interview. I wish I can get an interview, but I just hopefully I can. But I just did the album review and breakdown of Collage on this channel, so y'all go check it out. But yeah, Bahama Medea is fire. I gotta, you know, I'm trying to think if I rated it as a classic. I probably did and didn't put it on my thing for no reason. let's go to my list real quick. 81. We're gonna go G Unit, Beg for Mercy, man. I was a big G Unit, 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks fan, so that album I really got into it. It was really fire.
I teach you how to stunt, man. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yo, they couldn't do no wrong. Let me tell you, real quick. I know we keeping it on.
Okay, I'm busting
This
shots.
is what made this is what made 50 outrank Ja Rule, because 50, with the height of his success, could have just rushed a whole nother album out. He put out a crew album, and everybody in his crew put an album out before he put out his second album.
Yep.
And this is what Ja Rule could, because your crew is only going to be as hot as you are.
Yep.
And it's like he took all that for himself, you know what I mean, and didn't give them they you know what I mean. So
shout out to 50 for not being selfish. That's a great point that you did that and said that. I'm glad. I hope people learn from that. My number 82 is Stars Coleman. Y'all might not know him, but y'all better get into him. Stars Coleman is called "They Became What They Hate." A newer artist for me, kind of like Main and Medicine, but I kind of probably discovered y'all around the same time. Stars Coleman's fire, man, and y'all go check out that album. Let's go back into the crates. 83 is Run DMC. Run DMC. What can we say about Run DMC? They basically elevated hip hop to so the standards of like rock star material type of thing. You know what I'm saying? They are rock stars.
Mhm.
We say rock stars, we say Run DMC.
Yep.
That's all I gotta
That
say.
Peter Piper picked peppers and run rock rhymes.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. If you heard the single I just gave you, you didn't hear how I opened my first line? To all you sucking niggas perpetrating the fraud. You know what I mean?
Come on. I didn't put it together.
Yeah. I had just heard that and I was like, oh shit. I want to use that opening part. You know what I mean?
Yo, I like that. Yo, nah, we gotta go back and listen to that. Let's go back and listen to that single again, yo. All right, so 84 is Gangstar, talking about Boston, New England, and Gangstar Guru, RIP. Hard to Earn, the Red Tape, basically I call it. But Hard to Earn, one of the greatest albums that they ever made, man. Fire, man. Fire. I can't say enough about Gangstar. Shout out to DJ Premier, still doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Onyx is on my list too, but I did on my 85, Onyx Shut Him Down. That album, Shut Him Down, it's a more darker side of Onyx, but it's very lyrical. Good stories on there. Veronica, like all types of stuff's on there that you be like, yo, what is this? Why did I sleep on this album? A lot of people slept on Onyx. You know what I'm saying? 86 is Nas, Stillmatic. I love Stillmatic. I remember Nas had something to prove. He goes, oh. And he came back and said, oh, y'all think I'm done? I'm going to call it Stillmatic.
Jay-Z.
You know what I'm saying? You want to bust some shots? Bust some shots for him. So we're going to bust some shots for the next two, man. Cool G Rap. 4, 5, 6 in the mix. Head crack on the head crack. Yo, Cool G Rap on both our lists. We got separate albums, but you can tell we both fans. Cool G Rap is fire. 4, 5, 6 this album. I think this is the album with Nas on it, right? Fast Life. It might be Fast Life on there. I think on this one. I think it could be.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to 88. Busta Rhymes. You know I gotta have some Busta on there, man. Busta Rhymes, The Coming. I love this one. This one's fire, man. He had a great run, and I didn't know what album to pick, but I should have just picked 3 of them. I don't know, but Busta Rhymes, The Coming. Number 89 is somebody you probably guys got to get familiar with. It's a producer and an artist, rappers combined. Taj Malik is the rapper, the artist. He does beats too, so I call him an artist. Taj Malik. And we got Jamal Johnson. Jamal Johnson is the producer. Who's singing? Who's rapping? Who's that? Who's rapping, man?
That's the baby singing the Dad song.
Rapping Dad song? What's up? She got bars, man. She got bars. What's in the bars? Bars. No bars? Some bars. There we go.
Hold on.
Okay, wait.
I got a new way to walk. You ain't gonna. This was your big moment. You messed up. Maybe next time,
the lights on. Come on, the lights on. She don't want to do the light. She got to shine the light on it now. You know what I'm saying? American Idol. This is your audition. Come on. Like I was saying earlier, though, 89 is Taj Malik and Jamal Johnson is called Rewindable MC. Rewindable MC. Taj Malik is actually from Boston, and Jamal Johnson's from, I think, Lynn, Mass. And they got together called Rewindable MC. Very great albums. Really good. I always listen to it. My 90th album is Little Kim. I have to do some Little Kim. But my Little Kim album was The Naked Truth. Before she went to jail, she had a lot to say, and her and Catwoman was doing the clips. But Little Kim, this album was solid. Like Naked Truth. You gotta think about this. Biggie was nowhere around. I don't know if someone else was writing those lyrics, but Kim said she wrote pretty much the album. I think maybe she had a little help, but The Naked Truth.
I heard with that one it was Mano, but that was a dope album though.
Oh, so maybe Mano helped her, but she rapped Mano's lyrics better than him. Just put it that way. That's all I gotta say. But let's go to your 91 to 100 before we get out of here. Your 91 album is Groove Theory. Talk about another great group.
Oh man, well, we all know Groove Theory was a Emile LaRue, and oh man, I forgot the producer guy. Bryce. Whatever, it was Bryce, but that album was great, like the beats and everything, and then Emile LaRue gave you that feel of, to me, of what we was missing from Sade, like, because Sade is like maybe every 10 years you get an album, you know what I mean? But so Emile LaRue had that smooth voice, you know what I mean, like that. So
your number, it's a great album. I like Groove Theory.
And then with
that's my joint.
No, wrong song, sir. Wrong song. That's Jeanne.
Oh shit.
Groove Theory was I've been doing my own thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So they always had, what made them ill is they had a lot of them boom bap beats too, with her singing over it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you're right. Nah, shout out to Groove Theory. Apologize for getting your song wrong. 92.
I wish they would do another project together, but
yeah, they should. I wish they would too. I ain't gonna lie. Your 92. Can
y'all come in here with the baby? Yeah.
Your 92nd album is Benny the Butcher. Everybody Can't Go. This is this is like a recent album. So
yeah, it is.
Album I put on. But yeah, talk about Benny the Butcher. Everybody Can't Go. You think this album's more of a classic than another one that he did? He did a couple other ones that I thought were classic. But go ahead.
Nah. I mean, but I just like I love them all. It's hard to pick, but like for me, I pick this one too because like a lot of these. He got a lot of joints rocking on the radio, you know what I mean? And that Braun joint, that Braun joint, I love that shit. Got me feeling like Braun, word. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like with them, like sometimes I guess it's what's fresh in your head because I go through a debate with my boy with this. He's like, yo, bro. West Side, and it's like I love all of those joints, but like when you're hearing all, it's hard to pick, like you know what I'm saying. And then sometimes some of the songs you forget what album they from, you know what I mean, when you start listening. Because I put like Conway and West Side, I put them on Spotify, and I do the free Spotify. So I can only listen to what they chose to play, like you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but
now that's what's up, man. I'll be honest. you know, I love Benny. I wouldn't have picked that one, but I do think Benny has classic albums though. 93 was Cypress Hill, Temple of Doom. That's another one. Temple of Boom. I'm sorry. Was it Boom or Doom? I think it was Doom. I don't know. But maybe it's Boom. But
Temple of Boom.
A Boom. Maybe it was Boom. Okay.
Yeah, because like I love the first one, and like they was like, yo, I thought when they first came out, I thought they was from New York, like, you know what I mean? Like, especially they shot the video Killer Man and stuff, and then it was like, all right, like they doing it, but then when that Temple of Boom album came out, that was Insane in the Membrane, Insane in, you know what I mean? And then they had that other joint, When the Ship Goes Down, You Better Be Ready, you know what I mean? You know, and then yep, and then they what was the other one they had? That I want to get high. So like they was getting into that they own, and then like I love that album. The white people ate that album up. Like word, like they became rock stars off of that one. You know what I mean?
They rock stars. They are Cypress Hill are rock stars. They are.
I know. Yeah.
100% they are.
And you know what? Be Real voice is like unmatched. Like he got one of them voices that, you know what I'm saying? Like
people are jealous of his voice. I know they are. Number 93.
Sin Dog is like the Mexican Vinny from Naughty by Nature. You know what I mean? He get a verse here and there. You know.
Yeah, he do, because he don't really. Yeah, he do once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about your next one. Cellar Dwellers, Reels in Reality.
So I love this album. I remember when I bought it. So back in the days, me and my boy, when albums dropped the same day, he'd buy one, I buy one. We go home and we'll just listen to them shits all day. So this dropped the same day as Smooth the Hustler album. Ooh. His was like Made in America, something like that. And we bought him. And I remember I bought the Cellar Dwellers one, you know what I mean? And rocking, I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. Now, it's funny that years later, this is like my big bro. You know what I mean? This is like one of my close friends, UG. You know what I mean? And if you listen to a lot of my albums, UG is on it and he produced it. So, and the funny story how I got to get cool with UG. So I had moved to Pennsylvania, right? And we used to go visit New York, right? And in New York, they used to have the, what is it called? Like the hot joint at noon, something like that. And they're like Mr. C would be like, I'm gonna play this record. Call in if you know the name of the record and the name of the artist, right? So it comes on, and I'm like, oh shit, babe, call this number. I said it's Cellar Dwellers, perfect match, right? So we won. I never win shit. So I won. You won? I won tickets to the Rock the Bell show, right? And I was hyped. Now, so happens 2 weeks later, me and my group are starting a tour with UG. No. And it started in Staten Island. So it's like the minute I met him, he was the coolest. Like there was dudes that wasn't even on his level of popularity that be acting like they, like they big, and you know what I mean? Yo, we clicked from the beginning, and then I was like, yo, bro. I said, you know what's funny that we on tour? I said 2 weeks ago, I just won tickets for naming one of your, and he was like, yo, that was you, yo. I was listening to that. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. And me and him, this was 10 years ago. Me and him been tight ever since. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was literally on the phone with him yesterday. I told him about you too. I told him I want to set up a interview, with you too, because I think that would be
don't play
super
with me,
dope.
man. Don't play with
Yeah,
me.
but that album with the beats was crazy on that album, and lyrically they was crazy, and the theme of it, they was into wizardry and all that kind of shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was like when you was listening to it, you're like, what? What they talking about? Like, and then the joint from the land of the I used to gobble up all this stuff. Like, it's like that's why hip hop is different today. Cause like back then I can go run and buy a Arrested Development album, EPMD album, Public Enemy album, and a Redhead Kingpin album all in one day. Now you do that, people be like, you listen to that shit? Like, exactly. Yep. So yeah, but shout out to Cellar Dweller, shout out to my big bro UG, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, look that up if you can, man. Let's go to the next one, man. It's getting a little longer. We might our computers might die out. I don't know what's going. Hopefully they don't get overheated. But number 95, because it's hot in Boston, man. 95, Missy, Super Duper Fly. Talk about Missy Elliott real quick.
Missy's just always been dope to me. I compare Missy to the female version of Busta. I think if anybody can go against Busta in a verses, it would be Missy. Because they both. I mean, Missy is nowhere as lyrical as Busta, but
but yeah,
like as far as creativity and having their own style, and then videos back then, nobody's fucking with Missy and Busta's videos. Point blank, you know what I mean?
Oh no, hell no, hell to the Mizzo, hell to the Mizzo. Shout out to Missy in the plastic. It was actually a trash bag. I heard. Shout out to Missy in the trash bag.
Word.
Probably was a hefty trash bag too. Let's go to number 96. Speaking of Missy, Aaliyah died too soon. Aaliyah, 1 in a million. Talk about Aaliyah, man. Her impact.
Oh, her impact was big, and that was her big album. And shout out again to Missy, because that album was crazy when she hooked up. Like the album was dope that she did with R. Kelly, but we knew why she wasn't doing another one with R. Kelly. You know what I mean? But once she hooked up with Missy and Timbaland, oh my God, the hits was just rolling. 4-page letter, that joint with the crying baby, you that somebody. Oh man, she was on fire. She was on fire, man.
On fire. Nobody can put her out, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Aaliyah.
Rest in peace to her. Your number 97 is Special Ed, Youngest in Charge. Shout out to Special Ed. I got it. Well, this ain't the I Got It Made album, but yeah, he got it made. Talk about Special Ed, man. Throw some shots for him real quick. Again.
Yo, Special Ed was like another lyrical giant, another person that that's another album I could listen all the way through. You know what I mean? Like, these albums are special for me because these was tapes we was buying, and this was us putting together our allowance money. You know what I mean? To run get this. It was like, it was like, yo, I can go buy a pair of kicks, so I could run by like 4 new tapes that just came out. You know what I mean? So, and I Got It Made will forever be top 10, one of the greatest rap songs. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So,
hell yeah. Especially and I'm man, and I don't know, man. Maybe he'll come back out. You never know. We'll see what happens. Especially that was dope, man. Dude. And, he was one of them light-skinned dudes that came out and we was, got all the ladies riled up. I was jealous of him too. I ain't gonna lie. But
I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to number 89 is DOS Effects, man. Straight from the suicide.
So, also from the camp of my favorite group ever, EPMD. Mm-hmm. Like I remember when the box used to come on. You remember the box, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, I remember the box. Yeah.
Where all the videos used to come on. But remember
like
where everybody could order videos?
Yeah, I used to call them order.
Yeah.
I did it too.
Yeah, so and then when they came out with that style, that style was crazy. Like, and a lot of people knocked them, but they also stole that style too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people was knocking DOS effects, but the next thing you know, you hear them talking about a riggedy dick. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, and if you listen to it, like they was really saying some clever shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I go back and listen to it all the time. I like, they was really they had their own style, but they was rapping. I mean, they wasn't doing a lot of stories. They did some stories too, but a lot of it was just like rapping this, then rapping that, and kind of just putting things together like that. So let's talk about what your number 99, which is kind of perfect. Naughty, 1993 for 99. So talk about that album.
Oh, right.
Oh man, Naughty, another group that don't get they props enough too, because like for Tretch to be as lyrical and nasty too, like, you know what I mean, like people don't know this. Stop, Mo. This is one of Eminem's like favorite artists, like, you know what I mean, and they had a formula, like, Tretch was the lyrical, tear him up. Vinny was like the nice sidekick, and then the way that he made like street songs you could feel, but then made these party songs like, hey ho, you know what I'm saying, and Written on My Kitten, and stuff like that. Like
they made anthems, dude.
Hell yeah.
They made anthems.
That rock on from now.
Every album had an anthem.
Yep.
Every album. But shout out
but
to,
he was so lyrical. If you really listen, like Tretch was ill, and he was real clever with it too. Like,
I bet you Tretch is still ill. I bet you he's still ill. I bet you.
Yeah. Sometimes that becomes the downfall too, because the fact that his flow was so like fast and stuff, it's like, and then he was so clever. I don't think people took the time to really like listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Let's talk. She controlling the camera and everything. She about to take over. Let's talk about number 100.
My backup left.
You got more than 100. I was telling you, but you got your 100 is Big L, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Another classic. You know what I mean? Like, I remember him and
Rich and Dangerous. Lifestyles.
I remember him and Nas was both on Columbia. So the promo back then and the stickers would be like Nas and then Big L, you know what I mean? So, but that album was so dope. And that first single with him and Kid Capri, put him on, Big L, put him on. You know what I mean? That was crazy. And then MPV was MVP was a dope one. And then like you know he had to hold his own coming from the THHC crew, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, 100%. But Big L, man, he's a lyrical problem, and RIP to him too, man. We saying too many falling, man. Let's talk about number 101. We're gonna get all your albums out. Beat Nuts, Musical Massacre.
Beat Nuts?
Yeah, Beat Nuts, Musical Massacre. Still on your list. On your list.
And you know what? Beat Nuts is another squad that people forget. It's from the native tongue also. You know what I'm saying? But Beat Nuts is like tongue. So they so grimy and killer that you don't think to put them with the Beat Nuts. You know what I mean? You don't think you know what I'm saying? But but like they first joint was crazy. Like, remember they had that joint with Sadat X, when I popped the trunk, hit the deck, John Wayne couldn't even stand the rain of the tech. So, but reason why I picked Musical Massacre, because that's the one that had Off the Books and everything like that. That album was their biggest successful album. Like Off the Books played crazy in that beat, and that's one of the joints that introduced pun, you know what I mean? So
no, they're one of my favorite groups. I got one of their albums on there, but I'll tell you later. It's on my list. But your number
Yeah.
102. We give you got bonuses, man. So 102, Dead Prez. Let's Get Free. Talk about them real quick, you cheater. Come on, man. Let's go.
Just political fight music. That's what I call it. You know what I mean? Like they was repping for, and then it was crazy to know that like they was from like one was from Tuskegee, one was from like Jacksonville, Florida, or something. You know what I mean? Like you almost thought they was like, you thought they was like you know, like East Coast kind of dudes. You know what I mean? Because remember they was on Pun's album.
Yep.
You know, they was on a skit. They was actually like kind of singing or whatever. But then when they joint came out and that they shit was like trap boom bap, like that trap bap, like you know what I mean, like the beat boom boom boom, you know what I mean. And then you know was bigger than hip hop, and then they was just dope. They was, you know what I mean, like. You know, they was saying some shit. You know,
I gotta go back to that album because I was a Dead Prez fan, but I was like, I think like for some reason I was like, man, they sound like Public Enemy too much, and I I ain't avoid them, but I was, I kind of like put them down. But I like Dead Prez though. You know what I'm saying? Like now, but back then I was like, like that. But now I listened to the album since then. You know?
And if you think about it, I think some of the dudes now kind of flow a little like them, like the way they, hit their feels no brain, and then like the how they like sped it up and slowed it down a little bit, like
I think so.
Yeah.
You're right. Your number 103 was J. Cole, KOD. Talk about J. Cole real quick. You know he won the battle, but
I mean J. Cole got a lot of dope albums, and I got all his albums, but it's like I wasn't too heavy of a fan of the first one. Like you see, he had Promise, but I ain't gonna lie. In the beginning, I'm like, damn, this the dude that Jay picked to sign? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then second album came, and you every album you felt the growth, and I felt like the KOD album. That's when he was like, you could throw my name in the ring now as one of these dudes that could take the crown, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those
are. And just the fact that, yep, and just the fact that his albums go platinum and stuff, and he's never packed up with features. You know what I mean? He does it on his own, like,
Yep. Was he producing on any of those albums too at the time, or no?
Yeah, I think he started producing on the KOD album.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I could be wrong. He could have did someone else, but he started. Yeah. I know he produced on the KOD album. Yep.
I'm wondering for the fans, but your 104 album, LOX, man. We Are the Streets. Talk about Locks, man. This is your last album. I can take my last. Look at it. Talk about the Locks, man.
The Locks is just dope. Like one of the best, man. 3 groups, and something that Maceo said from De La. Mm-hmm. They asked him what group reminds him of them, and he said the Locks, because the Locks never broke up. They're a brotherhood. It's like music is secondary. They brotherhood is first. So they have their success, but you never hear them beefing with each other. None of that. You know what I mean? And it's true. You know what I mean? And like when the 3 of them together, not too many people can fuck with them. You know what I mean?
100%. We got to throw some shots for them before I go to my list real quick, man. Yo, these lists are crazy. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, yo, I didn't hear this album. Watch. I'm telling you. My 91 album is 38 Special and Benny the Butcher. Stabbed and Shot. They did a group album together, a duo album together. And I listen to this all the time. So shout out to 38 Special, Benny the Butcher, Stabbed and Shot. 92 is Akil Ali. Akil Ali is called Dirty Spirits, man. And great artist, man. Great rapper. He got some bars, and he just like his flow is so smooth. Shout out to Akil Ali. 93, speaking of smooth, is Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie, one of the probably greatest singers, greatest songwriters ever.
Yep.
Ryan Leslie. Shout out to Ryan Leslie, man. He's on a whole new path, man. He's so smart. He's a genius, I think, man. I heard him in a lot of interviews. The guy's a smart. He's rich too. I think he's in the stock market, all types of stuff. He's doing a lot of investments.
And he's like, I think, a Harvard grad or something like that too.
Yeah. See,
and Diddy stole Cassie from him.
Yeah. We're not gonna go there. Let's not. This ain't the show.
I know. My bad.
We gotta go next. 94 is he ain't getting no love on this show, man. But 93 is Sky Zoo and Apollo Brown. It's called The Easy Truth. Shout out to Sky Zoo and Apollo Brown. Apollo Brown's selective when he picks artists, and he had to pick Sky Zoo, and it's one of my favorite artists. Shout out. I think Sky Zoo is equivalent to Nas. A lot of people fight me on that, but Sky Zoo got a lot of solid albums like Nas. Probably more solid albums. I gotta check. 95 is Billy Escobar. Billy Escobar is called Hustler's Manual. And I had trouble picking one of his albums, but Billy Escobar, Hustler's Manual, another artist from Boston that you guys got to tap into, and you guys won't be disappointed when I continue with these albums y'all probably never heard of. So number 96 is the R&B album. His name is Pink Sweats. Y'all saw like he wears is pink. I just see him wearing pink all the time, but Pink Sweats is called Pink Moon. If you want to get in the freaking digging mood with your lady, put on some pink sweats, and you won't regret it. You'll be thanking me and sending me some money and buying my books because you got some na-na-na-na last night. You know what I'm saying? All right, number 97, you still want to get some na-na. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine Sullivan is called Hotels Deluxe. Hotels Deluxe, man. Check out. That's another freaky digger album. Shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. Great singer. Great singer. Let's go to 98.
Great artist.
Great artist, yeah. 98 is Lord Juco. Shout out to Lord Juco. It's called Details. And it's talking about Canada. We're going to Canada for Lord Juco, man. Lord Juco is an incredible artist. Incredible artist. When you deep and dive into his discography, you're going to go, oh, man, how come I ain't know about this dude, man? But go check out Details first. That's the album I would tell you to look at first, man. 99, we're going to talk about one of my favorite female MCs that's currently on the scene, Little Sims. Little Sims. I couldn't even pick an album. I put two. I put I Might Be Introvert or Thank You or No Thank You. You can look either album. I was trying to cheat. I'm cheating like you. I Might Be Introvert or No Thank You, man. Shout out to Little Sims, man. Little Sims, fire artist, man. She is dope. She's a dope MC, dope production she gets. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about my 100th. Actually, this is my 99th, but it says 100. I went for the Beat Nuts too. The Beat Nuts, but the album I picked was Street Level. Street Level. I think that was probably before Massacre, I think. The Street Level was before the Massacre, I think. But shout out to the Beat Nuts. Great beats, great rhymes, great stories, great hardcore rhyming, whatever. Everything you can think of. The Beat Nuts is just fire. If y'all don't like none of the Beat Nuts, y'all don't even watch this channel, man. Get off the street. And my last,
they did an album with the Alcoholics too.
Yeah. Oh, and the Alcoholics. I was going crazy about putting the Alcoholics on there on my list. They got an album. What's the album?
Yeah.
When they look like.
Hold on. I'm a finish your list. I'm gonna bring up something.
Yeah. Okay. My last one is DJ Quick, Safe and Sound. Safe and Sound. So shout out to DJ Quick, man. I'm a huge fan of DJ Quick. I just said he released. Y'all go rewind this. He released a album with another artist. He just did all the music, but y'all go check out DJ Quick's movement. He's still moving, man. DJ Quick, Safe and Sound. I love this album. But that's my list, man. Talk about what you was about to say. What you got some stuff about these artists here or something else?
So like going through these lists, I realized a lot of people I forgot. I'm sure you did too. Mm-hmm. So I think I think we might have to do like not a long one, just a short. We gotta
do like
honorable mention.
We gotta do a 2.5 like I Am God did.
Yeah, word up. Yep, because it's a lot of them I missed. Because you know what I realized, neither one of us, I believe, put on our list, and it bothered me. But I'm like, damn, we neither one of us put DMX.
Oh, yeah.
And DMX first 2 albums was crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like,
crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not trying to rush you, but we're gonna promote. The Celtics game on. I gotta watch the rest of the third and the fourth quarter. But this is the THHC podcast, episode 200. But let's promote whatever you got to promote. And then say me, you gotta give me something smooth, give me something nice to say at the end, and and then we're gonna bow out, man. And this was a great episode. I appreciate you again, man. Stop playing.
All right, so on the 18th, me and Legion got our EP dropping, Lethal Medicine. You know what I'm saying? The production and everything was done by Legion. It's just like it's just two childhood friends going ham. You know what I mean? Like, we got one special song on there, like where we talk about our mothers and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, which I loved his mother, you loved mine, you know what I mean? And we lost our mothers like a year apart, you know what I mean? But that yeah, so that's coming out. Then I have the album called Lyrical Cinema with me and This Is Hip Hop dropping September. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be crazy. It was a little delayed, which I'm glad, because there's a lot of personal songs for me on there, so you're gonna hear a lot of. Oh, come on, Mom.
Princess is taking over. She's taking over the show, man. This is her show now, man.
Yeah, you gonna hear a lot of personal songs. Stop. You're gonna hear a lot of personal songs from me on there. So, like, the reason why it's called Lyrical Cinema, because it's gonna play out, like a movie, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get if you dive in, if you listen to my albums, I do storytelling as well, you know what I mean? But like this album, it's a lot of storytelling too, because I like to show I can spit the bars and barbarian talk too, but I can also like paint a picture, because a lot of my favorite MCs, that's what they did too. They painted pictures and stories. So like I want to be in the class with them. So I had to learn to start doing stories too. And also, if you know me, I'm very vulnerable with my lyrics. Like there's nothing off guard with, because music is my therapy. So whatever I'm going through, I'm gonna put it in the song. You know what I mean? So
Yo, Maine, man, for real, man. Yo, bless you for being on the first 50 we did. Actually, we did 100, and we did 100 today. Respect to Ben Frank in the chat, and whoever's watching this now, and who's been watching the last one we did. Y'all check out the first one we did. I'll have it attached to this one eventually. But yeah, man, listen. THHC podcast stands for the Hip Hop Connoisseur Podcast. This is episode 200. 200 Apples to Oranges, top last 50 best albums with Maine to Medicine. And we did this because Apple Music did their list, and that's why it's called Apples to Oranges. We changed the list, we made it better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just messing around. But we did, I think we did do a better one. But shout out to you as the artist. You will be on these lists eventually. You know what I'm saying? People got to get into your discography, check out your work. And I'm pretty sure you'll be on my list, their list, everyone's list in the future, man. So Maine to Medicine, again, bless you, man, and bless your child, bless your family, man. Little Princess in there taking over the show. Love is love, man. That's all I gotta say, man. And everybody, passive income. The robots are coming. That's all I gotta say. Passive income. Find other ways for income, please, y'all. Please find other ways to get income. That's all I'm gonna say. Please. I'm getting out of here. Maine to Medicine, it's been real, brother.
Peace, my man.
Peace out, brother. Peace out, y'all. We out. Out of here.